Saturday, September 3rd, and the beginning of Labor Day weekend. Unfortunately, I am going into a shop today. My employee who normally runs that shop is up in Idaho for a wedding, and so I get to kick off my weekend with 11 hours in a shop, but we'll still get some stuff done. Because it's the weekend, and because we're coming up at the end of the summer, I'm going to be wearing something that basically over the next couple weeks, I'm going to try to get in as much of my summer stuff as I can because I don't have a whole lot of time left to wear them. But that does mean that it's almost time to start getting out the fall winter stuff. So let me show you what I'm wearing today.
All right, so excuse the mattress behind me. We're in the middle of painting little birdie's crib, and so this is just on the floor for now, but here's the plan. Blue loafers, definitely sockless. These are suede. These have been a really good piece I've had for the last couple years. White chinos.
OCBD. Now, if I were just doing this for just like going out on a Saturday, just spending the day, that's perfect. But because I'm going into the shop, we got to dress it up a little bit more. So we're going to throw on a tie, a jacket, a square, and call it good there. You want to know a secret? Tall collar. Normally collars are 1.5 inches. This is 2 inches. It looks awesome. Also, if you don't have just a good navy tie, this is more casual because it's knit, so it has a little bit more of that casual texture to it. But if you don't have just a good navy tie, then you're missing out. I did a video last summer, I'll put a link for it up here for you, about the concept of anchoring your style, and so much of it comes down to if you're wearing louder statement pieces like the jacket I'll be wearing today, then you have to anchor it with more simple and solid stuff. I don't think we did that right. I don't mind a shorter fat blade, but we're going to do it again. Statement piece. I know you've seen this a couple times. I had this made when I was at PT last summer, and this has been a favorite jacket for a long time. But because it's so bold, it's not one that you can wear super often. I've probably only worn this 4 or 5 times all summer, which is pretty normal for where it should be. So we'll do that, and then just to top it off, we're going to do this. Now, if you'll notice, the square, the tie, the shirt, they're all different shades of blue, which are all different from my shoes. That's great, because basically what we're doing is we're using kind of analogous tones. They're all similar, and it's more tonal, again, to anchor everything down. White is a good neutral. It works well with everything. And so all the pop comes from the jacket, right? So we end up getting this whole look. Not bad for final weekend of summer. Not to say that I won't be wearing stuff like this into fall. I'm not a huge believer in the idea that if it's Labor Day, then you have to stop wearing your summer stuff. But the weather is going to change soon, and eventually this is going to have to go back into storage. So let's get one more day out of it.
Very heavy debate on the watches. Do I do the blue because everything else I'm wearing has blue tones in it? Or do I go with the brown because I've got a brown belt on, and then that way those two end up getting tied a little bit closer together?
I'm going with the brown.
These defenders sitting there fighting doomed odds, doing it for some greater cause, and a whole bunch of ants that are swarming over their position. In this story, as Herodotus tells...
If you're a podcast person and you're not listening to Hardcore History, I don't think you're doing it right. Dan Carlin does the best job of anybody I've ever listened to as far as making history sound interesting and compelling, and you can really get into his stuff. So, Hardcore History, you have to be ready for him because this episode right now is like 5 hours long, so it's basically an audiobook, but he kills it with his stuff. I'm sure by now you noticed that there was not a dad bod video on Saturday, and the reality of it is this week just kind of got away from me. I did get a chance to go boxing twice, but my kids got sick, I got sick, my wife's car broke down, nothing else was really good, so I didn't have enough footage to make a video, and honestly, that's life, right? You just do the best you can with what you have. So we will get back on track this next week and make sure that we don't have to worry about it. I'm on my way now. I'm working until 9 tonight, so I have to go get something to satisfy a little bit of a sweet tooth and function as dinner. So we're gonna go get some Quest bars. I haven't tried that one yet. I think it'll be good. What do you think people think is weirder? The fact that I'm wearing what I'm wearing, or that I'm carrying around this massive rig? It's a very busy Saturday, and as I'm walking across the parking lot to go pick up this Quest bar, people look at me like, well, I mean, I get it. I'm in a suburb of Utah. I know that what I look like is not normal, but leave me a comment. I want to know what you think. What would you be more surprised by, or what would you be more like, I don't know, or like, oh, that's cool? Is it the camera and the fact that I'm talking to it and it's very obvious that I'm talking to a camera? Or is it the bright yellow jacket? It was a good day, busy, really good walk-ins, but 11 hours is still a long day in an 800 square foot shop. Good night.